Last time on What If It's Cool.
Misfortune, man. The same thing. No wrestling background whatsoever. All right, like never watched a match in her life. Just ended up there one day and went, okay,
Wait,
whatever.
wait, 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 wait. She's never watched wrestling at all, and she got right into it.
She has well, she has now.
Yeah,
Obviously, she's been
but
forced to watch it.
before she didn't do anything.
Previously, we're like, hey, The Rock, and she's like, you mean the guy in Jumanji, right? And we're like, sure. Um,
Okay, this is blowing my mind. This interview.
Right.
Wow. You know, I wonder if any of that was true. You know what? Why don't you just ask her? Hello and welcome to another episode of What If It's Cool, the show we talk about anything and everything that is cool in the world today. I have spent a lot in my lifetime, Daniel Paul Crow, and on this episode I have a sit-down interview with Misfortune. We talk about how she got into the wrestling industry as well as her, friendly rivalry with Jayson Krash. So sit back, relax and enjoy Falling on My Ass or the roast of Jayson Krash with Misfortune. Misfortune, thank you so much for being part of the show. Now, I normally say it's a pleasure, but I got to admit, that comment you left on Instagram, it did kind of rub me the wrong way. And I've got it right here, and it's going to be right here on the screen. You said, you just wait till I make your podcast cool again. So here's the question. How are you going to make it cool again? I already thought it was cool.
My existence is cool. Me gracing you with my presence is what makes this cool again. All
right. Admittedly, you are cool. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Only sometimes.
Oh, I wanted to find out because we had Jayson Krash. And by the way, everyone who's watching, I am wearing a lovely Jayson Krash t-shirt. If you would like to get one, make sure to DM Jayson Krash. Oh, I love that design.
Look at that bad bitch. Look at that bad bitch.
Before I continue plugging this, where can we get that lovely bit of merchandise?
Next time you're at an APW show.
All right.
I'll put one aside for you.
Nice. We'll do that. Make sure to DM Jayson Krash on Instagram if you want to get this beautiful t-shirt, and do the same for Misfortune, because that is an absolutely amazing t-shirt too. I love that one. Got to get one, definitely. Misfortune, how did you actually get into the industry? Because obviously we had Jayson Krash on here, and he said that you had never even watched wrestling before, which bothers me.
Okay, I've been waiting for this because I have a little bone to pick.
Okay.
I don't know what he's talking about. So I started. Okay, I'll start this with. I've been in the industry for 4 years now.
Yeah.
I did not know that local Australian wrestling existed. Didn't even know what was a thing. For a very long time, I forgot WWE was even a thing. Growing up, was never a fan, was never a hardcore fan. My brother and dad occasionally, every now and then, would buy a pay-per-view. And so obviously, you'd sit and watch it with them, because why not? You've got nothing better to do.
Yeah.
So those are my first days, memories of wrestling. And that's kind of like stuff, Attitude Era, I believe. And that's when you had your Triple H, you had your Batista, your Big Show, your Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton.
No, that wasn't the Attitude Era. That was the PG era, or the Ruthless Aggression era. Ruthless
Aggression.
Yeah.
Again, it shows my lack of knowledge with wrestling. And it's like those kind of times when they were big, and that was wrestling. And then you've got and I feel like this kind of shows in the way that I wrestle and the way that I move is I just remember watching that moment of Jeff Hardy climbing up that single, just that really big tower, and just doing that swanton off, that huge moment of he's climbed this huge thing that you've probably never seen before, and he just jumps like it's nothing. It's crazy, and that's always something that has just stuck with me.
I think we need to have one night of us actually showing you, the Attitude Era, more clips of Jeff Hardy, because for me, what you're going, yeah, that was incredible. But here's the sad thing about that. He'd been doing that for a good 10 years prior to you seeing that, and like it's still cool, but it wasn't nothing out of the ordinary for him.
Yeah. And it's like you think of him, and then you watch all the high flyers these days. Like you've got your I've gone blank. Like Robbie Eagles is one that comes to me. Just obviously local. Osprey, Will Osprey.
Yep.
The way he moves is incredible. Vikingo, he's just recently made his AEW. Like all these people I follow, and I'm just like, I don't know. It's so cool to me that they move in such incredible ways. It's like I want to wow people the way that like I sit there and I'm like, wow. Like I sit there with my mouth wide open. I'm like, that's cool. You know what I mean?
Definitely. So Jayson said that you did.
I do have a little bit of knowledge. I didn't
was
walk
that
into
true?
this not knowing anything.
Was that true? What he said about you and Dwayne The Rock Johnson? Was that true? What he said?
No. You know what the funniest thing is, right? And I grilled him. No, I took the piss out of him for this. Is I hadn't even seen what was the movie he referenced?
Jumanji.
Jumanji, right? I hadn't even seen Jumanji. The only Jumanji I had seen was the original, from years ago. Right, the real original. I'd never seen the new one with The Rock Dwayne Johnson in it. So that was just like, bro, what are you talking about? I think dementia's set in. Too many bumps to the head. It's getting a bit old.
Oh, God. Oh, I love you, Jace. Don't get me wrong, but this is gold, mate. Oh my God.
He's used to it.
Well, if that's the case, when and where did you start your wrestling career?
So wrestling, I see. It's all a bit of a blur for me. I think the first, again, I was dating someone at the time. It was a long-term relationship, long-term for me. He was friends with people of the likes of, your James Marshall, your Blake Curtis, and all that sort of stuff. And one night the APW was putting on a show down at the Cranbourne Indoor Sports Centre. And we went along one night and I saw it and I was like, wow. So this is wrestling. This is Australian wrestling. And then it's like, fast forward to maybe like a week or so later, my boyfriend at the time goes to training just to try it out. I go along with him. I get in the ring, do some rolls and learn a bit of the basics and all that sort of stuff. And 4 years later, I haven't left.
Wow. Was that at APW or was that another wrestling school?
Adrenaline.
Okay, was it Adrenaline? Okay.
So I'm Adrenaline homegrown.
And Jayson was your trainer at the time?
Yeah.
Or was okay.
Yeah. And you've got people that stepped in as well, like Chris Law. He was someone that stepped in to train. Trying to think. We've had, a couple of seminars here and there from people that have been really cool. Like we had a Kellyanne seminar. That was like very early days in my wrestling training, and just everything about her amazed me. Like I think at that time she was like that woman wrestler that I'm like, I want to be like. I want to wrestle like you. I want to like just... Yeah, because I was just so amazed, how talented and just the character and the confidence and how badass she was. So,
she was amazing, absolutely amazing. And Yeah, like I said on the episode with Harrison Carrera, I was a little sad when I found out that she retired. Kelly, if you are listening, and like Harrison said, you're probably not because you're not on social media anymore. But just want to say here at What If It's Cool, you were absolutely amazing, and I hope you're enjoying your retirement. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well,
everybody feels great.
Yeah. when did you debut?
I had to actually like try and find like a post because I'm terrible with dates,
Okay.
years, dates, numbers. They don't stick in my brain.
Mm.
But Instagram is telling me that it was September 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And that was about 6 to 8 months into my actual wrestling career. So it was very early on. It was a fill-in spot on Gold Class Wrestling, which it was a huge, huge opportunity for me because, again, it was my debut, essentially.
Yeah.
I hadn't even wrestled at an Adrenaline yet on their breakout show.
Mm.
So, to be asked to step in and do this spot sort of thing and then this match, it was just like unbelievable to me, and I just could not take it up. So, yeah, 2019 September, and that was with Aria. And so that was really cool as well.
Wow.
Getting to be in the ring with Aria. She definitely like taught me a lot as well because I also when NAW was still wrestling, I ended up being put into a faction with her. So that was really, really fun.
Wow. I didn't even know that. Wow.
I don't know if you can see.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry for everyone who's listening. Yeah, she just put a photo. We'll put that on the Instagram if you guys want to have a look at that. But yeah, that's an amazing first match to be in. That's for sure.
Yeah. It definitely was like short. Like it was like a 4 or 5 minute match.
That's okay. It's your first match.
But like again, like nothing went wrong other than like I didn't know how to sell properly. So I just kind of like sat there waiting. But yeah, I mean it was incredible. The fans were like so welcoming, and yeah, for a first match, it could not have, looking back, it could not have gone better. Could not have, so
is it available to watch anyway? Is it available to watch anyway?
I don't know. I don't think they put their footage up anywhere. I might have it somewhere. I can probably send it to you.
Yeah, I'd love to check it.
Because I made someone stand there in the crowd and film it for me. Because I'm like, this is my first match. You've got to film it.
Of course, you got to do
so
that.
So it's somewhere in the archives.
All right. Well, yeah, I'd love to check that out because I would love to see how much you've improved. Yeah, because like you look at so many people like, and I've said this to B Squared off camera. In 1 year's time, I want to see how much the difference, because like I said to them, and this is nothing against anyone I've had on the show or anyone I've ever met, but their debut was so close to perfect. It is uncanny because I honestly did not know that was their debut. I thought they did absolutely amazing, and I want to see yours because I do love your work, and I just think if you were awesome now, what were you like back then? Because I'm thinking, was she always awesome? And I've just got this strange feeling that I might be right on this one, that you may have been awesome there too, just from what you're saying there. I know you're looking at me like, but you got to remember this is coming from a fan point of view, not from a self point of view. So
yeah, and I think that means just as much as it would coming from any other wrestler or any other trainer or big name that you look up to. Because at the end of the day, you are like, you're not only wrestling for yourself, but you're wrestling for the fans, and the fans that are buying the tickets, that are coming to watch you, and hopefully are coming to support you every time that you've got a booking. Grow that fan base.
Well, you have been in the industry for 4 years now, and obviously there have been a lot of challenges and a lot of trials that have happened, and everyone goes through that. Now, one of the biggest things is, and I don't like. It's always a tough question to answer because being a woman in the industry, what have been some of the biggest challenges you have faced, and how have you dealt with it?
I think me personally, as the person I am, I avoid talking to males, especially like outside and on social media. Like at the end of the day, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of wrestling, but like, you know, I'm a wrestler. I'm out there to do a job. We don't want to be uncomfortable. Sometimes we do get like the weird, creepy messages, you know, the messages over and over again, and it's like tell people, hey, this is inappropriate. Hey, like I'm not comfortable with this, but you know, they're only gonna listen so much. So definitely like kind of gotten used to like, you know, the fan aspect because I am quite an awkward person. I am very much like shy, very reserved, introvert. I know Miss Fortune's not. But again, you know, I'm like Krash has said in his interviews, he's human as well. We're all human. We all have human emotions. We all have human feelings, and for a very long time I had really bad confidence issues and being comfortable just talking. Like 4 years ago, you would not have been able to make me do this. As hard as it was to lock this down.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, because for those who don't know, me and Miss Fortune have been going back and forth, and this has been going on for about a month and a half now, where I would, you know, say, I want to get you on the show.
Too busy.
I'm a bit too busy. And then it went from being too busy to I'm a bit shy.
Gold.
Oh God, that is a beautiful belt. Then it got to be, I'm a bit awkward. I'm a bit awkward. And then eventually it just got to the point where I got, you know, I did a post on Instagram saying, who do you want to see? And I only shared one, but and this, I haven't actually told you this. I had several people mention your name saying they wanted you to be part of What If It's Cool to be interviewed. And yeah, I know you're looking at me like, whoa. I'm like, yeah, that's 100% fact. Even the one I just did recently, all of that was you. And I was like, yep. That's why I didn't say anything yet. I was like, yeah, well, she's gonna be on the show now, but I'm not gonna say anything.
She'll do it when she wants to do it.
If I do it again, that's exactly what I say. She'll do it when she wants to do it, and then they'll be surprised when you actually, when this episode debuts. That's for sure. But the thing is though, I don't think people have the right to talk to you that way as well. Like, I know people say they can get used to it, but no, you shouldn't get used to it because it's not. Yeah.
I think it's the same with anything in life though. Like, you know, you go to certain workplaces, you're gonna get like talked a certain way, and again, it's a workplace. And people just don't get that, you know.
Yeah. Oh, well.
And you can't always like, it's not like I'm making excuses because you know there are fans out there that have they deal with certain things in their everyday life, and that kind of impacts that as well, and that, you know, helps understanding. And so there is only so much we can do, but you deal with it because unfortunately it's part of the business.
Yeah,
it's part of life, really.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but still, it was 2023. I don't think anyone needs to go through that.
No, absolutely not.
Well, now that
and people are getting better at speaking out about it as well.
Exactly.
I think that is a great thing. Not the whole like speak out movement, but people feeling more confident and, you know, within themselves to be like, hey, no, I'm not okay with this. Setting boundaries and all that sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, we're going to skip ahead because I know we've got a whole list of questions, but because you just brought out that beautiful championship, I want to know firstly, how fucking sweet was it for you and Skylar to beat BDE to win those beautiful titles?
I mean, I tell you, it was definitely unexpected, you know. Didn't think that was going to be the night that I was going to fall on my ass. I don't know if you saw that.
Yes, I did. I was front and center when I saw that. I didn't laugh though. I just went, okay.
She's exhausted. Her legs gave out. She's
just
exhausted.
Get the pin. Just win the title, please. Just get it over with now. I want you to win. That's all that was going on in my head. I didn't care that you fell on your ass.
It was pretty funny. I did have a good laugh at myself watching me. Like, I think like you guys don't realize how heavy these things are. Like, that was all gravity that pulled me down. And I don't know if you saw as well. I struggled to get up there. You'll never see it because it's been edited out of the footage.
Yeah, and that's funny because someone was recording the whole night, and not saying that it was me, but I'm not saying that it was me either. You know, someone may have.
Don't send it to Botchamania.
Hey, it'd be the easiest way to get your name out there. Send it to Botchamania.
Look, I wouldn't be mad. I like to think I have a pretty good sense of humor. So
Could you imagine if we put that and send off the Botchamania and then it becomes like viral and then that's what you get remembered for, is just falling on your ass?
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's already what I'm known for, honestly. They don't call me Gumby for nothing. I am the most clumsiest person standing on my 2 feet. Maybe that's why I like to do all the flippy, like, jumpy stuff, because I don't have to be on my feet. There's no chance I'm going to fall over.
Wow, I thought when Jason called you Gumby on the show, I thought he meant because, like, you know, you're like a clay, you're like a clay, and you know.
No, I'm like one of those Bailey buddies.
You mean the wacky waving inflatable tube band?
Yeah, genuinely. My body is just crazy when it comes to that shit.
Oh God!
My immune system, however, sucks.
All right. Well, we have mentioned Jason quite a bit, but I really want to know this because we've been talking a lot off camera, and so me and Jason. How can Jayson Krash, the jaw jacker, was a jawbreaker? I don't know. Oh God, I already stuffed it up. Sorry, Jace. How can he redeem himself? How can he be cool?
The unpredictable jaw jacker? Is that what it is?
I don't know. Hang on, let me read.
Let's
What's
get
on
real.
my shirt? It's on my shirt somewhere.
Oh, is it?
Thought it was. Oh well, it's not. It's not there.
Being completely honest, great dude. Just needs to stop trying so hard. I think that's where it becomes uncool. He just needs to be hip and cool.
My God. But did he actually say, like, I'm hip, I'm cool? Like, did he actually say...
Okay, see, here's another thing. He didn't say it like that. It was literally hip and cool. Like, he dragged out the cool, thinking it was cool. See? He tried to be cool.
Oh.
He just wanted to fit in. That's all it was. He got FOMO.
Yeah. Well, oh God. I feel like we're always picking on Jace. We had B Squared on here, and we were talking about, you know, he says cool bananas. Hang on, is that true? Does he actually say cool bananas a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. He's not cool. Only old people say that. I'm old. I'm older than all of you, and I don't say it. I feel so much younger now knowing that I don't say that.
I'm waiting for the cool as a cucumber to come out. I haven't heard that one yet. Just cool bananas.
If he starts saying it, I'll never have him on the show again. I couldn't have that. Cool as a cucumber. Really? Oh God.
He's lost cool points, has he?
He's lost a lot of cool points. A lot of cool points. Jesus Christ. Oh God. Jace, you know we're only joking, mate. You know we're only joking.
You should just rename this interview as like the roast of Krash.
You know what we should do one day? We should actually...
The roast has Krash landed. There you go. Right into this podcast.
We need to have a night where all of us just get on stage and roast him, but I think, except for me, because I don't know Jace as well as you guys, but I would certainly like to host that. I reckon that'd be really cool. God.
You just call out when something's not cool.
Yeah.
She's like, not cool, not hip.
Let's go. I don't know. Now I'm feeling bad when I'm saying it. What has been what has been your favorite moment so far in your career?
Oh, one thing that I have really realized, especially being around all the, the new guys that have kept stepping up and, showcasing themselves. Just watching people's passion grow, just watching all the hard work that they put in. I think that is one of my favorite things. Probably next would probably be just the crowd. I think something that I've always said going into wrestling is I want the crowd to either be like, oh, is she really hurt? Or just mouth open wide like, oh my God, that was the coolest thing I've ever seen. I think that's like what drives a lot of my passion as well, is just getting that reaction. Because I tell you what, at training, getting the reaction and like popping everyone that's just watching, it's the best feeling ever, especially when it's fellow wrestlers that are like, oh my God. I don't know, it's really fun to see people's reactions.
It's an adrenaline rush.
Absolutely. Adrenaline rush, absolutely. I mean, I bleed adrenaline, so
yeah. Well, one of the things that I love seeing whenever you post it or whenever someone reposts or shares something that you do is whenever you, and again, this is not me like bagging you out or anything. When you're trying to do something new and then you do it like 2 or 3 times and all of a sudden you hit it, the reaction that everyone does, I love those videos, and I wish you post more of them because I love every time you do it. I love it. I think it's a great progression to see.
Yeah, no, it's so much fun. Like, again, like my favorite part about watching all the videos that we take at training is seeing people's reactions in the background, like the cheering, the camaraderie. It makes it worth it. It makes it feel like home. Like, yeah, makes it fun.
Well, we're not that far off from the end because we've got very little time left. But I want to ask something that's not on the list here because something I want to know. I want to know, how did you and Skylar become a tag team? Because you guys, I did put a post on here on Instagram saying, I think you guys are the best tag team, and that's not me kissing you. I actually think generally you guys are one of the best that we have here in Australia. How did that sort of come about?
I tell you what, Skylar has been one of the number one factors in like why I'm back doing shows as much and as regularly as I am. Before I even met Skylar, I was having major confidence issues, like being comfortable in the ring in front of a crowd, remembering stuff and being just confident. I would be so nervous that I would be nearly throwing up before a match.
Right.
I'd be like, I don't want to do this. I can't do this. I physically cannot do this. With Skylar, it was meant to be her versus someone else, but they couldn't make the show. And so they had asked me to step in. And again, this was at a time where I was incredibly insecure about not only the way I looked, but my character and the way I worked and just wrestling as a whole, that I was like, I'm not comfortable working a singles match. But if you get more girls involved, if you give me less of a role in there, like less pressure on me, so less freak out, they workshopped a match and they put, I believe it was Natasha Webb versus and Nova Nichols, I think, versus me and Kelly. Oh, Skylar. Sorry.
Yeah.
Names are the worst. Can never remember names. but yeah, so that was our first time working together. That was actually, I think, the first time I met her.
Right.
And yeah, and so like I think her being such a character and such a genuine person as well, being so confident in herself, it just it made me see something in myself that, hey, I could believe in myself like this, you know. And the more and more that Skylar and I worked, the more chemistry we would build every single time, and it just builds more and more. And I owe a lot to her because I wouldn't have the confidence that I do, you know, if I hadn't have met her. So one single match that I was too insecure to do on my own turned into, quote unquote, the best tag team in, you know, Victoria. Like, you know, it's incredible to even think that where we started to where we are today.
Yeah.
From just mashing something together and hoping it works to creating something magical, and it's paid off. Like, yeah, it's just unbelievable to think that where I started with her to where I am today. Yeah, it's unbelievable, really. It's
I have to get you both
cool
on the show so we can hear both sides of this tale.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait for when that happens.
We'll have to
She's
do that
gonna
very
love that
soon.
too.
All right, it is now time to ask the staple question here at What If It's Cool. What is something that you find cool that nobody else does? She's stumped.
Sleep.
Sleep?
Oh my God, sleep. Oh, I don't know. I don't do cool things. I work at a day
You
spa.
wrestle
Okay?
and you're awesome. I think that's cool. Don't say you don't do cool things.
Okay, I'm a beauty therapist by day and I'm a professional wrestler by night.
Wow, that's hang on, that actually is pretty cool. Wait, so you do just your makeup, or you do everyone else's makeup behind the scenes?
I don't do makeup. I work in Dota Spa. So it's a day
Oh,
spa.
okay,
So
my bad,
like
my bad.
massages, facials, waxing, all the girly stuff.
Ooh, I might book myself in for a facial and a bit of a massage because I like to make myself look good.
Bit of a pamper. We need it for our skin to look nice and glowy for show day.
Yeah, well, I don't want to look too old. I mean, I'm only 36, but I want to look 27 again.
You
That's
don't
for
look
sure.
it.
Oh, thank you. That's the Filipino genes in me. That's for sure. Um, but yeah, no, that is pretty cool. I don't know many people who do that, and you seem like you enjoy it. So yeah, hats off to you.
I love it. It's so rewarding. Like, people will come in with issues and you know, stress and all this sort of stuff, and you get the opportunity to change someone's mindset for the day, or you know, they walk in stressed and they leave feeling like they're on cloud nine.
Nice.
Like, it is actually the best feeling, being able to treat someone when you know that they need some TLC, you know, just some extra, you know, work. It's just, yeah, it's just rewarding.
I smell a vlogcast coming soon. Me going to your work and just getting pampered. I think it sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. We'll give you the misfortune treatment.
Oh, that'd be great. Where can we find you on all our socials? Sorry, on all your socials.
Oh, sorry, really bad at social media.
Yep, she's looking it up, guys. No joke. If you're listening, she's looking it up on her phone.
So Instagram is the_Miss_Fortune.
Mm-hmm.
Because misfortune was taken. Can't be that simple, can it?
No.
Twitter, I am at _the_Misfortune_. Twitter, we love a good Twitter. Toxic Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And Facebook, I don't know my Facebook. Let me just. This isn't good. I should know this. 4 years in. Oh my gosh.
Jace, I take back everything you ever said about being old. Misfortune should know her socials.
I told you I am technologically challenged. It took me 40 minutes to try and set this up on my computer, okay? The computer I haven't used in 2 years.
She's not joking, guys. It actually literally took her 40 minutes to get onto this. Oh, man.
Oh, okay. Facebook is just the misfortune.
Okay, the misfortune. All right.
The misfortune.
Okay. All right.
I told you I'm bad at this. Why do you think I was like, no, I'm good. I don't need you to be cool.
Well, you certainly have made this podcast a lot more cooler for being on it. Misfortune, thank you so much for being part of the show and just being incredibly awesome. I can't wait to have you on again with Skylar so we can talk about everything that you guys have been doing so far and what the future is for you guys. Yeah, guys, make sure to check her out on Adrenaline Pro Wrestling and wherever she appears in, whether it be VPW, MXW, WWE, AEW, New Japan Wrestling. You never know. Just, talking to shit on this one. I hope that she, makes it further into her career because I think she's generally awesome. Misfortune, thank you so much for being part of What If It's Cool.
Thank you for letting me be a part of What If It's Cool.
No worries. Anytime.
It's a cool experience.
Jace, yeah. We got it. And that's the end of that episode. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. Want more from What If It's Cool? Make sure to check out the YouTube channel where you can find the latest episodes of Mukbang Around, Reaction, and of course, the Vlogcast. Make sure to follow What If It's Cool on all the socials. It can be found at What If It's Cool. Keep that support coming. And until next time, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.